Here I've got the December 2020 MonsterBass box. This is the South Regional Pro Series box. And let's just go ahead and get into it. So right off the bat, we have a jerkbait, the Herky Jerky from Vicious Fishing. Vicious, this is a new bait coming out in 2021 that MonsterBass signed an exclusive deal with. So they're featuring a lot of these. I've actually got, you've probably seen some of these in some of the other videos, but there's a whole set of them. I actually ordered the whole set. But so they've got a set of crankbaits coming out. Just FYI, I'm not trying to plug them. I don't know a whole lot about Vicious Fishing, or I'm not trying to endorse their stuff per se, but good. It's good looking stuff. I think it's going to catch a lot of fish for me this year, so I'm looking forward to that. So those were the crankbaits, and then this one is one of the jerkbaits that's in their line that they'll be releasing here in 2020. Right now, these are exclusives, like I just said, for MonsterBass. So this one is called a Sexy. Sexy is the color. It's kind of like a bluegill, kind of like sexy, or maybe sexy shad color. I don't know. It kind of straddles both, but you can see it looks like it's got a little bit of rattles in there and stuff too. Let's see, just kind of going over. Next is a Catch Saber Toad, and what I've been led to believe on this, and what kind of makes this one unique or special, is that it's made out of a durable but kind of softer material, and so apparently in the water it'll help to kind of displace more water. So I'm just barely putting the pressure on that. I also would imagine, when you're, if you do catch, bass with this and they, clamp down on it, that this moving out of the way is going to make it a little bit easier to set the hook. The legs, I don't know, I might trim those a little bit. I don't know. Let's see, they're, about as long as the body of the frog here. So, got that. And I should mention on these baits, jerkbait is kind of good for winter right now, but the frog obviously probably not a good winter bait, but a lot of the things in here are kind of new or exclusive items. So that's kind of what you're getting this month in the box. Another one here, this is a Bass Hick Hellboy. So this one is a 0 to 3 foot diving bait. And one of the interesting things about it, it's kind of got like an L shape to the front of it, which is supposed to, I guess, kind of impact the wobble, kind of give it a very appealing wobbling action. And this is a 1/2 ounce. I don't know if there's anything else to mention there, but kind of a shallower. And I don't know, it didn't say on here, though, the color is called soft shell. So you got a chartreuse bottom and kind of like this craw top. I mean, it's pretty cool looking. I could definitely see. Actually, all of these I can kind of see a bass going for it. In the South, we did not get the Lunker Hunt. This is the Impact series. We did not get the jerkbait. Obviously, there's a Vicious Fishing jerkbait in there, but there's in the other boxes for this month. I think everybody else kind of got a deeper diving jerkbait, but same series but different thing. This is a Jolt crankbait. Let's see what I can tell you about it. So it's a 3/8 ounce and dives right around 8 feet. And the color on this is called Turbo Craw. And so it's interesting too. I saw some of Rick from MonsterBass's videos, and he was saying, a lot of these baits, they'll hook you up for the year. They may not necessarily be perfect for this time of year, whatever. But I can tell you here in Texas, the craw patterns, jerkbait, crankbait, all that stuff, is. The frog, not so much, but the rest of them, probably a pretty solid bet. These are some new-ish for this year Super K jig Ned kind of rig heads that pair with these rabid baits, foxtails. The foxtails are new, so you basically kind of rig them on here, and then it's got a lot of action. Basically, part of it's the plastic. The plastic, I guess, is got a little bit more action, and then just the little feather, the foxtail, kind of has some action that will make this bait stand out. This is the Big Bite Baits BFE in green pumpkin. So BFE is best flipping bait ever. And I'll be interested to see. This is probably one that too that maybe flipping may not be this time of year. May not go. But again, Big Bite's a pretty well-known name. Certainly, you know, looking at this, I could see this being a good flipping bait and something that would catch fish. And then last, but certainly not least, from here in Texas, this is an Excite bait. I'm going to just do this to weigh the box down so it keeps. This is Excite's first kind of worm entry here. This is a high floater worm. And it will be kind of interesting to see what this guy does. I don't know that I'm sure there's a couple different ways you could rig this. You could probably wacky rig it, Texas rig it, a bunch of different things. So definitely excited to give that a try as well. And so that is it for this box. And then for those who are interested in what's going on next month, it sounds like they're going to do a Strike King takeover box, which will be well, Strike King and BioBait takeover box. So Strike King will handle the hard lures, and then the bio baits will be the soft plastics. And I know that, you know, like other people do these videos and things like that. I just like to do them as well, just so you guys can kind of get a, you know, especially for those of you down in like the South or down in, you know, Texas, kind of get an idea of what you'll see in your box. Because sometimes what's shown on the other videos isn't really what comes in the box or the colors that come in the box. So just kind of give you an idea of how these boxes differ from region to region. So hopefully you guys find this helpful, and I will see you guys next time.